There is a moment in the movie Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri that should not work. Officer Dixon, a violent, racist, incompetent man-child, sets a police station on fire. By all traditional laws of storytelling, you should want this man dead. You should be disgusted. But when Sam Rockwell plays him, you aren't. Instead, you feel something much more dangerous. You feel sympathy. And that is the Sam Rockwell trap. For 30 years, this man has been tricking us. Critics call him versatile. They call him a chameleon. But they are missing the darker truth. Sam Rockwell doesn't just play characters. He specializes in a specific kind of emotional decay that Hollywood is usually terrified to show you. He takes murderers, cowards, criminals, and even Nazis, and he breaks them. Not by redeeming them, but by showing you the only difference between a villain and a victim is how well they hide the panic and the fear. We need to stop calling Sam Rockwell versatile. It is a lazy word. It is the word critics use when they don't understand what an actor is actually doing. Yes, he has played everything from an astronaut to a superhero villain to George W. Bush. But if you look closer, he isn't changing his DNA for these roles. He is playing the same frequency of panic in all of them. Think about the traditional Hollywood leading man, like Tom Cruise. Cruise plays competence. He plays men who can solve problems, run fast, and save the day. His superpower is character stability and reliability. Sam Rockwell is the anti-Tom Cruise. His superpower is instability. He plays men who are one bad decision away from ruining everything. His characters are always vibrating with a frequency that suggests they might do something crazy at any moment. This isn't just acting range. This is a specific architectural choice. Rockwell builds his characters on a foundation of deep, rotting insecurity. And to understand why this is so effective, we have to go back to the moment Hollywood first realized that this guy was dangerous. This specific brand of chaos was there from day one. In the late 90s, Sam Rockwell was Hollywood's favorite scary weird guy. Take The Green Mile. Most actors playing a murderer on death row would have gone for menacing. They would have played evil with a capital E. Rockwell played Wild Bill Wharton like a toddler on a sugar high, insecure and unpredictable. He famously improvised the moment he grabbed a handful of moon pie and smeared it on his face. He wasn't trying to look scary. He was trying to look uncontrolled. He realized early on that true terror doesn't come from strength. It comes from unpredictability. It comes from a man who has no idea what he's going to do next. And then he took that same energy into comedy. In Galaxy Quest, he plays Guy Fleegman. Technically, this is the comic relief. He is the red shirt, the disposable crew member. But watch his face in the scene where they land on the alien planet. Every other actor is playing sci-fi hero. Rockwell is playing a genuine existential crisis. He is screaming because he realizes the narrative doesn't care if he lives or dies. "I'm just a glorified extra" isn't a joke to him. It's a realization of his own irrelevance. And that is the glitch that George Clooney saw. When Clooney was casting Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, the studio wanted a star. They wanted Ben Stiller. They wanted Jim Carrey. Clooney fought for Rockwell. He said Rockwell had a dangerous energy that leading men lacked. Clooney knew Rockwell could play Chuck Barris, a game show host who thinks he's a CIA assassin, without making it a joke. He needed an actor who could play a lie so deep it rotted the character from the inside out. Rockwell delivered a performance that was twitchy, charming, and deeply pathetic. He He showed us a man desperate to be important. And in doing so, he proved he could carry a movie. And his genius was that it didn't carry it by being strong. He carried it by falling apart. Once Hollywood realized they could monetize that Rockwell, they started putting him next to the most powerful men in the world just to watch him decay. But here is where Rockwell separates himself from the other, quote, wild cards in Hollywood. Usually, actors who play crazy only have one speed. They scream, they explode, they take up all the oxygen in the room. Rockwell can do that, but his masterpiece isn't explosion, it is erosion. He is the master of playing men who are rotting from the inside out. Look at the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. He plays Charlie Ford. Charlie isn't the villain. He isn't the hero. He is a sycophant. He is a man who is so desperate to be close to power, to be close to Brad Pitt's Jesse James, that it physically destroys him. Rockwell plays him with a nervous, sweaty energy that feels like a fever breaking. He smiles too much. He laughs too loud. He shows us exactly what envy does to a human soul. It decays it. And then, he took that decay to its absolute limit in Moon. This film is the purest distillation of the Rockwell Effect. He is alone on screen for 90 minutes, playing two clones of the same man. Sam Bell 1 is tired, sick, and deteriorating. Sam Bell 2 is angry, violent, and fresh. Director Duncan Jones said the magic wasn't in the special effects. It was in the micro differences. Rockwell didn't just play them as good twin / bad twin. He played them as different stages of the same breakdown. One is the denial. The other is the anger. He makes isolation feel mechanical. He shows us a man whose identity is literally fracturing in real time. And the scariest part? You feel bad for the clone. You root for the copy. Because even when he is playing a literal fabrication of a human being, Rockwell finds the insecurity that makes him real. And once he proved he could make us sympathize with a clone, he realized he could make us sympathize with anyone, even a monster. And this takes us back to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. When this movie came out, it was hit with a wave of backlash. Critics argued that the film let Officer Dixon off the hook. They said it took a violent, racist cop and gave him an unearned redemption arc. And on paper, they were right. Dixon does terrible things. He never apologizes. He never truly changes his worldview. But the critics were blaming the script. They should have been blaming the actor. Because Sam Rockwell did something insidious with Officer Dixon. He didn't play him as a villain. He played him as a toddler. Watch the way he moves. Watch the way he talks to his mother. He wears the badge like a costume he found in his dad's closet. He listens to music on his headphones and dances around the station, not because he's happy, but because he's trying to feel big. He is trying to perform authority. And this is the trap. Rockwell knows that audiences are hardwired to forgive incompetence. We hate calculated evil, but we pity stupidity. So when Dixon gets burned, when he loses his badge, when he is sitting in that hospital bed, Rockwell drops the tough guy act. He shows us the scared, confused child underneath. And instinctively, against our better judgment, we lean in. We want him to get better. We mistake his confusion for growth. We mistake his new direction for redemption. But look closer. He hasn't become a good guy by the end of the film. He has just found a new target for his violence. Rockwell tricked us into rooting for a monster, simply by showing us that the monster was sad. And once he realized he could pull off that magic trick in a serious drama, he decided to see if he could get away with it in a Marvel movie. This is where the Rockwell Effect becomes a problem for Hollywood. Usually, blockbusters rely on clean lines. Good guys are good, bad guys are bad. But Rockwell refuses to play by those rules. Take Iron Man 2. On paper, Justin Hammer is just a corporate rival. He is supposed to be the evil Tony Stark. But Rockwell played him as something much more embarrassing. He played him as a fanboy. Watch the scene where he walks onto the stage at the expo. He dances, he preens, he tries to be cool, but you can see the sweat. He is desperate to be Tony Stark, and he knows, deep down, that he never will be. Rockwell turned a generic villain into a portrait of male insecurity. He made the billionaire look pathetic. And in doing so, he made him the most human character in a movie full of flying robots. He did the same thing in Jojo Rabbit. Playing a Nazi officer is a career-ending risk for most actors. You either play them as a monster, or you get accused of sympathizing with evil. Rockwell found a third door. He played Captain K as a man who was simply tired. He played him as a disillusioned bureaucrat who realized the ideology was a lie, but was too cowardly to leave until it was too late. He didn't ask you to forgive the Nazi. He asked you to pity the man trapped inside the uniform. And that is the ultimate sabotage. He walks into these movies, whether it's a Marvel blockbuster or a satire about the Holocaust, and he destabilizes the moral clarity. He forces you to look at the bad guy and see the cracks. He makes you wonder if the only difference between the hero and the villain is that the hero hasn't broken down yet. So why does Hollywood keep hiring Sam Rockwell? Why do they keep putting a saboteur in their biggest movies? Because modern storytelling has a problem. We don't trust perfect heroes anymore. We are suspicious of moral clarity. We look at Captain America or a righteous cop or a brilliant scientist, and we don't believe them. They feel like cartoons. But Sam Rockwell feels real. He embodies the anxiety of the modern world. He plays men who are terrified they aren't good enough. He plays men who are insecure about their power. He plays men who are one bad day away from collapsing completely. And whether he is dancing across a stage in Iron Man or burning down a police station in 3 Billboards, he forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that stability is often just a performance, and that the most dangerous thing a person can be is afraid. Sam Rockwell isn't the center of these movies, he's the crack in the foundation. And in an era defined by crumbling institutions and collapsing identities, that crack is often the most honest part of the story.